My work has involved using Microsoft Excel quite a bit recently. And so I've been dealing with having multiple workbooks open and copying data from one workbook to another. So I've been using copy and paste and switching between windows a whole lot. And for those of you who don't know, like you can Command Tab to switch between applications in Mac OS, you can use Command-Backtick to switch between windows of that application. And the way sort of Command-Backtick works, or the order it operates in, is it sort of goes frontmost to backmost window. And so I started recording this expecting to complain about some idiosyncratic behavior with Microsoft Excel. But I think the surprise is that it's actually, I think, an OS level issue. So let me illustrate what I mean here. So I have three sort of Excel workbooks open and some dummy data in two of them. And typically what I'm doing is I'm going to say, okay, well, I've got my sort of starter data in book 5, and I'm going to copy data from book 6 into book 5. And we don't care about book 4. It's just some workbook I'm going to deal with later. And so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to command backtick, and because book 6 is the next highest window behind book 5, that works as expected. Now, so I'll copy this data. Now, the problem that I keep on running into is if you look at this, well, book 6 is the topmost window and book 5 is the second highest window. So if I hit command backtick, it should go back to book 5. But instead, it goes to book 4. Now, why is this happening? And I was like, well, this has got to be some sort of Excel weird idiosyncratic behavior. So I tested this. I went to the tried and true text edit, which is sort of, kind of both a useful app, but also a sort of an example of what a Mac OS app should be. So I replicated my experiment. I said, okay, well, Untitled 7 has some text in it, and I'm going to copy some text from Untitled 8. So we'll do the same thing. We'll command tab, and it's going to Untitled 8 as expected. I'm going to copy this text. And my expectation, again, is that when I hit command backtick again, it'll go to Untitled 7 because Untitled 7 is the next highest window. But instead, we go to Untitled 6. So what's happening here? Let me reset my, my experiment here. I think, and it might be a bug, and I'm going to try to delve into this, is if you interact with the window purely through the keyboard, it doesn't sort of mentally reorder the windows. But if you do it with a mouse, then it's like, aha, yes, I will reorder. So let me show you the same example in text edit, and then I'll do Excel. So again, I'll go in and I'll go command backtick. And instead of using the keyboard, I'll just manually copy this and drag my cursor to copy it, select the text to copy. And if I do command backtick again, the behavior as expected. And the same is with Microsoft Excel. We'll reset this again. All right, so I'll do the command backtick to get to book 6. I'll redrag my selection, I'll copy, and voila, we're back to book 5. This feels like a bug because it's inconsistent between like how you interact with the document shouldn't really matter. The document, the window ordering and the focusing should change regardless of your input. But I'd be curious to hear feedback if anyone knows anything about this. Thanks.